Welcome everyone to today's lecture. Our focus will be on laundromats and the increasingly relevant topic of surcharging in relation to credit card payments. As we know, the acceptance of credit cards has become standard in self-serve and pickup or delivery laundromats. However, for small operators, the cost of processing these transactions can be a significant burden, often ranging from 2 to 3.5% per transaction. With the profit margins on wash and dry cycles being quite thin, and supply costs and labor eating into profits, many laundromat owners are considering ways to recover these expenses. This has led to the implementation of surcharges, but legality varies and depends on a combination of federal requirements, state laws, and card network rules. To begin, let's discuss the federal baseline regarding surcharging. There isn't a federal ban on credit card surcharges, which means laundromats can apply these fees. As long as they are not imposed on debit or prepaid cards, and the disclosures made to the customers are clear. Most obligations, however, primarily arise from card network rules rather than federal legislation. For example, Visa and Mastercard have specific rules concerning surcharging credit card transactions. If a laundromat chooses to implement a surcharge for Visa or Mastercard payments, here are the critical points to follow. First and foremost, ensure that the surcharge is applied only to credit cards and not to debit or prepaid cards. Next, the surcharge must be capped at either the actual cost of card acceptance or the limits set by the networks, generally 3% for Visa and 4% for Mastercard. Clear disclosure is necessary before the payment is made, which can be achieved through signage at entry points or on the receipt. Additionally, notifying your acquiring bank or processor as well as Visa and Mastercard at least 30 days prior to instituting a surcharge is crucial. Now, let us differentiate between surcharge, convenience fee, and cash discount. A surcharge is solely applied during credit card transactions. A convenience fee, on the other hand, is charged for using a non-standard payment channel. However, these have stricter rules and are typically not applicable in routine laundromat transactions. Lastly, a cash discount is where the posted prices for credit payments, allowing customers to receive a discount if they choose to pay in cash or through ACH transfer. This method is often easier to manage from a legal standpoint in many states. Next, we move on to the state-by-state legal landscape, starting with Tennessee. As of December 2025, Tennessee allows credit card surcharges without imposing separate state cap limits, so operators can charge up to the network cap or their actual cost of acceptance, provided they avoid deceptive practices as stated in the Tennessee Consumer Protection Act. In Kentucky, the legal landscape is similar but with a state-level cap. Surcharges cannot exceed the lesser of the actual costs or 3%, thus requiring very clear disclosures. Alabama currently does not have any state law against surcharges, meaning laundromats can impose these fees under federal and network regulations. As we explore practical compliance, laundromat owners should ensure their payment processors support surcharging and calculate their average credit card acceptance cost. Setting the surcharge at or below these costs and never exceeding 3% is essential. It is important to file the necessary notifications, post clear signage about the surcharge, and ensure receipts reflect the surcharge as a separate line item. Remember, it's imperative not to surcharge debit or prepaid cards, even if they are processed as credit. Understanding customer willingness is paramount in the laundromat context. Research shows that customers are generally more accepting of surcharges when they are clearly disclosed beforehand, are modest, and when fee-free alternatives are available. In addition, framing the surcharge as a convenience fee rather than an unexpected charge can improve customer acceptance. For self-serve, small-ticket transactions, even a 3% surcharge translates to only a few cents, which many customers may overlook if they are informed. For larger transactions, such as wash, dry, and fold services, quoting both cash and credit prices up front can reduce friction. As we conclude, it is vital to recognize potential risks. Failure to disclose properly can lead to penalties, and charging beyond regulatory caps is non-compliant. We must remain vigilant about state consumer protection laws, as hidden fees can be treated as deceptive practices. Thus, for laundromats in these various states, consider a cash discount strategy to ensure compliance and customer satisfaction. Reassessing these practices regularly is advisable as interchange and state regulations are susceptible to change.